Hi all, my name's Hannah and I'm the C5 Nut. Today I've got a little video I want to show you about converting an old Apple computer into a lovely cat bed. Right, well, let's get the show on the road. I just want to state before the video that obviously I'm still using my phone. Been having issues with the local police, not policeman, local postman. That I think what they're doing right now is a wonderful job, and you know, they're key workers, and I support key workers. Don't have a problem, except for our postie has a habit of posting other people's letters through other people's stores. And yeah, I still haven't worked out where all my camera parts are gone. According to the seller, it's here, but exactly where in the building I don't know, which is kind of frustrating. But what can you do? I can't really fault the guy. You know, he's only just trying to do an honest day's work, but at the same time puts all of us at risk having to find our mail. And you know, if one of my neighbours has got the virus, there's a chance that that could spread to other people as well. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. But I just want to give you a heads up that everything on this video is backwards. So when I'm actually undoing the screw, it looks like I'm actually tightening it up. But honestly, it's a setting I've got on my phone. I've been struggling to find a way on how I can revert it. So if you guys know how to change the settings for the camera on a what is it? It's a Samsung S10. Let me know. Right, I won't keep you any longer. Let's get this show on the road. Hi all, my name's Hannah and I'm the C5 Nut. Today we're turning this bad boy Apple computer into a cat bed. Now, you may think, how is this going to work? Well, if you stay tuned, we can actually find out together on how to do this. Right, this is an old computer. I've had it for a while. It's one of two I currently own. Unfortunately, this one has basically, it's just spare parts. Unfortunately, the main power board and also the main ECU chip has gone faulty. So let's take it apart and reuse it for something else, eh? Right. So first things first, to do with these is flip it on the end, and there's screws on the side. So what you're going to need is, on this one, an Allen key, a pair of pliers and a Phillips screwdriver. So we will start undoing the screws. There's one. There's the two. I've already done the two sides. It's only because I've prepped this one, and I'll explain more once we get the cover off. So I'm just going to turn it around. God. And then we've got to take this cover off, and there's two more screws down at the bottom. So I think I'm going to need Phillips. Yeah. Let's pull that plate off, and these down here. Hopefully we should be able to pull the sides off. Right, you're going to need that cover for later. Okay people, as you can see, it's an old CRT. I think this was actually made back in 2006. As some of you are aware, these old CRT, which is like a big glass tube type screen, has a high voltage line. Now, I've already disabled this yesterday, ready for this YouTube channel. But for those who are sort of still, you know, if you're going to think about doing this, please, 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 what I'm about to do right now is very dangerous. And unless you actually know exactly what you're doing, please don't attempt this at all. Because the next step will end up killing you if you don't do it correctly. Now, on this glass unit, there's a high power lead, which is this one here. Now, to get it from the screen, you want to use your pair of pliers. Obviously, make sure it's well insulated. Grab hold of that and give it a good old yank until it comes out. Now, around these screens, there is a metal plate. And what you want to do is you want to short that inner contact against the metal plate. By doing that, you then take all the high power out of this lead, right? So, once you've taken all the power out, you can then touch it. It won't kill you. But, and this is a but, if you don't earth it against the side and you were to touch it, that will have the potential to kill you. So please, like I said, unless you know exactly what you're doing, please don't attempt this at all. Right, so now that we've disabled this high power lead, let's start stripping the rest of it down. So this is a Apple computer, so it's a screen and a computer all in one. What we need to do is just basically take it all apart. So this unit here is the speakers, and it's just a matter of unplugging it all really. If you don't want to use any parts, just get the old wire cutters and just cut all the wire in and pull it off that way. If you want to reuse some of the parts, I mean, there's a lot of reusable parts on here, like the speakers. There's nice little speakers there. You can make amplifiers and God knows what else out of them. Might make some use out of this at some point. Again, you're going to need it for putting the cover back in. So we take that and put it off to a side. And yeah, it's just a matter of disabling everything. So anything with a screw, start unscrewing, let's get this thing torn down. Right, so Apple's, they build their computers quite well, so there might be a good 100 if not 200 screws that you may have to undo. And yeah, what more can I say? Sometimes in order to actually learn how things are built, you need to take things apart. Now, when I was a kid, every weekend I used to go down to local car boot sales and just buy anything electrical and just take it apart and just see how it's actually made. And yeah, the more you do that, the more you actually realise on how much you know, how everything's constructed, what the main key components are. I won't go into too much detail exactly what's what, because each computer and each screen's different. So let's hopefully get this out. There's a cable tie there. Again, that's when your trusted pliers come into play. And that should come out. Oh no, the screw's still stuck in there. like so. Right, so all we can see here is a nice little fan that could be used for another project. I've got these fans coming out of my ears, so unless anyone wants it, I'm just going to go and bin it. Also, it's got a nice mains plug attached to it, which again, if you're someone who can actually reuse some of this stuff, you could probably use that plug for a power supply or something. So let's carry on ripping this thing apart. There's another bloody screw. Now, this computer absolutely weighs a sodding ton. I was so surprised on how heavy this thing actually is. Jeez, that weighs a ton. So let's pop this off. Where's the other screw? There it is. Right, so this is basically the base. So in other words, this is the side that faces down on top of your desk, and every single computer has RAM. Now I'm looking at these, and this is actually quite old RAM. Jesus, this is a 256 megabyte, and there's two of them, which makes them 512. So this is a really old machine. Most modern new computers now can be up to 8 gigs or even 16, depending on what computer you get. Blimey, that's a blast from the past. So let's see if we can get this computer out. So let's take all the screws out. Oh, that moves there? Nope. For those people who have anger management and all that stuff, I've known people in the past to actually take their anger out on electrical items, which can be classed as some sort of therapy. But I'm sure I've taken all the screws out. That's out, that's out. Let's take that out. Ooh. Oh, my days. Blimey, that's one heavy transformer. No wonder why this thing's so heavy. Right, just in case you're wondering what that hissing noise, these glass tubes have a vacuum inside them. So obviously, with me just resting on top of this, I've actually cracked the glass on the top, and obviously the air's just rushed in. So, nothing to worry about. Let's get ripping, eh? I'm still waiting for the bloody postman to deliver my parts for my new camera. So I'm still stuck using my phone. Alright, let's see if we can get this out. There's bloody screws everywhere. Hey. Right, so this is one big lump. You've got your hard drive, not your hard drive, you've got your CD-ROM. Now you can actually use these in most modern computers if they got a SATA, not a SATA, it's a IDE cable, which is basically one of these long plugs. They're called IDEs. Also, something that is reusable is the lovely hard drive, which is this one here. I'll just pull this cover off, and does it tell me how much it is? Oh look, it's a 40 gig hard drive. So, and again, that's also an IDE. So that would be worth taking out for an old computer, or if you want to extend your storage capacity on your computer, you can actually put these into an external hard drive caddy, or if you've got enough room in your computer, just install that. So that I've just taken off is the main computer. Everything else will be regards to sound system and also the screen controls and whatnot. So yeah, let's try and take the rest of it out. So what you're trying to do is anything with a screw in it, just try and take as much, or try and undo as much as you can. Like so. Right. Get the old wire cutters on this. Right, oh, another cable tie. Right, I think I'm just going to cut that there. Get the old oh, how many cable ties did I put in these damn things? Right, as you can see, that there is what controls the screen. So this is the like the processors and whatnot between your computer or the main power board. Send signals to this, and then this will then tell the screen what to actually show on the screen. So that is quite heavy, but not as heavy as this. So put that off to a side. Now there's a metal plate running right across, which is called an earthing shield, and that will also have to be removed in order for us to take this glass tube out. So let's crack on. Right. So once you've taken the shield off, some of those bolts holding that shield in, believe it or not, actually hold in part of the tube as well. So all we have to do is lift this bad boy out. Like so, and there is the screen. Right, now you have your front, which is like this, and basically it's just a matter of just bolting the old cover back on. Yeah, it's make sure there's no sharp edges, anything that a cat could actually hurt themselves. You want to take as much off as you can. We want to keep our fluffy friends safe, don't we? So anything sharp, just make sure that you've taken it out. I was thinking of taking this out, but you know what? I might actually leave it in. It looks better with it in. And there's no sharp edges or anything underneath on the back there. So I think I'll leave it in. Right, so for the next step is you want to get your old trusty screws that you had to take the cover off. That's what you're going to need to put everything back together again. But oh look, we've got a situation. How am I meant to put all the screws back in if I've taken that earth panel out? Well, there's only one thing for it. We've got to put that earth panel back in. Or, if you're very handy with a glue gun, then just glue it all around and just glue it back in. Which, I think I might actually do that. Right, let's have a closer look. If I was to put this metal frame back in its place, even though it's got all the bolts and everything else for this cover, It's also got quite a lot of sharp edges. And I wouldn't be happy letting my cat get into this thing. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video for a couple of minutes while I let my glue gun heat up, and we can then glue these panels back in. So please stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Hi all, this is the second part. Now I've had to find where I put my bloody glue gun. I don't just have one toolbox, I've probably got about 2 or 3 kicking about somewhere. So it took me a while to actually find the glue gun, but then once I found the glue gun I couldn't find the glue skits. So it's alright though, I managed to find something kicking about. So right, you need to leave your glue gun on for a good 5 if not 10 minutes to get it red hot. The hotter you can get it, the more chance you've actually got getting the glue around where you need to get it, and be able to put the cover on as quickly as you can, because as soon as this glue starts to dry off, it starts getting hard. So you've only literally got a matter of seconds to do this bit. So obviously make sure your glue gun is warm, well, nice and hot, and also make sure that your outer cover is nearby. So glue gun, been on for quite some time, and then we've got the trusty box. So I'm going to put that down on the floor, and then I'll quickly go around the edges with the glue gun, and then quickly grab the back and then stick that back on top, and then wait for the glue to dry. Right, let's crack on with it. Now the top tip for using the glue gun says it's alright using this little thing here, but you can be like that for a while. If you grab hold of the glue gun down at the base and then force the glue sticks through the gun, that will come out a lot quicker. Right, so I've done that. Quickly get the base back in. Once that's done, just put some pressure down on it as well. That will help the glue to actually go into the crevices. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes, and I think we should be alright now. So pick it up the top, and there is your outer casing of your cat basket, or your cat bed, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too worried about the holes. Our fluffy companions love little holes like this to stick their paws and stuff out. It's not sharp at all, it's nice and smooth. Even the little hole there, it's not sharp at all. The face is all nice and glued down, which I'm happy about. So even if you turn it, nothing's coming out. Obviously that noise you can hear it is that flapping about. So this is now glued in. First things first, once you're at this stage, is to remember to switch your glue gun off. So I'll unplug it from my extension lead and put that off to the side, like so. Right, the next step is, now that you've got your casing, we need to put something nice and soft in there. So you can put a piece of cardboard down in there with, well, anything really, even like a cushion. That's not a bad idea. So I have got kicking about somewhere something that my cat absolutely loves. She can't get enough of it. And that's one of these robes. So I'll fold it in half quite a few times. Like so. So it's near enough a nice little cushion. And then all I'm going to do is shove that in there. Now, I may be the crazy cat lady, but if I was the cat, I would love to go in this. This is quite fun. Best thing about it is we all know cats love boxes and things like that. They love playing in it. This is actually, what's the word I'm looking for? More stylish. Yeah, more stylish. That's a word we don't really hear a lot on this channel. It's stylish. Something worth to think about for the next video. Anyway guys, if you come up to this far, good luck. Well, if you've come up to this stage, give yourself a thumbs up. Well done. Yeah, it's been crazy. It really has. I just want to sort of say thank you very much for watching my video. I'm sorry if it's taking quite a long time. Hopefully by the time I get my new camera I should be able to improve the quality of the video and hopefully keep everything down to a minimum rather than doing an hour-long bloody videos and whatnot. So anyway, if you like my content, please just let me know. If you would like further information, please send me a message. And if you want to subscribe and also have further notifications on when I upload a video, please subscribe and tick the bell. Anyway, ladies and gents, have a good one. Stay safe and don't do anything I would do. Take care, people. See you soon.